You prefer the cheap?
I prefer the cheap.
Are you, what? This is a cheap versus steep taste test. I've done my maths and there's blindfolds. Who doesn't love a blindfold in a taste test? So like a cheap versus steep, I went to a budget supermarket and instead of going to the upmarket supermarket this time, I just went to a standard one and got the main brand equivalent. So we're basically gonna compare them. I think one of us would be blindfolded.
Yeah.
If like we both are, it's gonna get a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Like it could go absolutely everywhere, but we can still have our separate scores, right?
We can.
Okay, first one. So, would you rather have Towergate Jaffa cakes, 24 of them in a pack, or McVitie's Jaffa cakes, the branded version with 20 of them? So this was £1.25, so each Jaffa cake works out 5 pence each.
Bargain.
And that's a pack of 20, which is actually 12.5 pence each, so these are 2.5 times more the price.
Wow. And we actually do buy these ones.
We do.
I've forgotten what these ones taste like.
It might change our mind. They are noticeably more plump, aren't they?
Yeah, this has got the orange jelly bit sticking out.
That's classic Jaffa cake territory, that, isn't it?
This one. But does this mean the orange bit is just in the middle and the orange jelly is all over the top?
Look at the difference. That is look how thin it is. That's that lump you're talking about, right?
Yes.
That lump of Jaffa cake jelly. Ooh. Ooh. We're both looking at it now, but obviously one of us will be blindfolded. Look at the difference there. Okay, okay. Is that similar? Is that baked? Oh, look at that golden colour. All right, that was quite interesting.
Is it weird that even though I've got a blindfold on, I still want to close my eyes? Forgot how much I like a Jaffa cake.
Okay, here comes the other one. Or is it the same one?
No. I could tell which was the cheap and steep because the cheap, you could really taste a lot more orange, a lot more jelly.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt there was more tang in the Jaffa cake.
Yes.
Was there like more of like, I don't know, slightly cakey, the Jaffa cake as well, the North Standard one?
Yeah. But they both taste pretty much the same as well.
Yeah, there's not a massive difference.
No,
and for 2.5 times the cost.
Yeah, I think I did prefer the cheap.
And that's why we do.
I did notice though that the cheap ones do contain more sugar than the branded ones.
But roughly 10% we think, right?
Yeah, and I think that will be because the orange jelly covers the
It's just
whole...
spread. It does.
Yeah.
The whole cake, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was an interesting start and actually one for us very close to home.
Yeah.
In fact, we're very close to our house. Deluxe sea salt and crushed black pepper crisps, or a well-known brand's sea salt and black pepper crisps. They're not crushed, but there's a very happy fisherman on there. So they're both the same weight, 150 grams, so it might mean they came from the same place.
Probably.
£1.09 for the budget ones, £2.75 for these.
Wow.
Just like the Jaffa cakes, that means they are exactly 2.5 times more. I don't know if there's some sort of crazy like supermarket algorithm thing.
I wonder if we're paying for the packaging.
For the peppermilk, the colouring.
For the picture, his rights.
Yes. Oh, before we start, let's smell them.
Okay. They don't smell very peppery. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
They smell very different.
The bonus smell test immediately, they do.
Yeah. These have got a stronger pepper smell.
They do, like genuinely. Okay, they look really, really similar. Give me a crisp and you can determine which. Actually, I'll close my ears.
Why?
So I can hear the rustling. I'm a cat. And I'm a human, I can tell. You ready yet?
Open wide.
Good crunch, good crunch.
Yeah.
Not a massive flavour in that. Oh my gosh, that is crunchier. That is stronger in taste straight away. I am going 100% that last one was the cheap.
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh wow, they are so much better.
See, I couldn't really taste the difference.
Really?
I think these ones have got more of the, you know, you get two different types of pepper. Like the pepper where you like that, and then the pepper where you...
Yeah. Pepper like that, and a pepper like that.
These taste more like the powdery pepper, you know, you get in your salt and
Yeah,
pepper
like ground
shakers.
down pepper. Yeah, rather than cracked like this.
And these are the cracked pepper, yeah.
But I liked the taste of the steep, yeah? Just for clarity. The last one you gave me was the steep. They taste like how they smell, like it's proper good. And if you don't want a really intense pepper taste, it might be down to actually how much you want that flavour. But they're not plain.
No. But I know what you mean though. These do have a stronger pepper taste to them.
But they smell really bland.
Yeah.
That smells like it's insane. Well, I'm going to go steep for that one.
Oh, I might go cheap.
Yeah?
Is that all right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Remember that when we go to the supermarket next. All right, would you rather Crownfield multigrain hoops or a good old pack of Cheerios? 3 times the price difference.
That's mad. I cannot believe the price difference in cereal.
Cereal is just one of the most expensive things, isn't it? I think Rice Krispies, if I picked those, we would be laughing at the size of the branded boxes now. They are absolutely tiny. Oh, they look the same, don't they? Oh no, these look a bit more like brighter.
These look thicker.
Does that look paler? But they're more expensive. Oh my gosh, okay. In goes the steep. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
And the cheap.
They look cheap.
They do, don't they?
What do I need to do?
To eat the food.
Where's the spoon?
Okay, this might get harder with being blindfolded. There's quite a bit on there.
Oh.
Very crunchy. In isolation, I've just looked at what you guys can see. This looks very, very strange. Okay.
Oh, that's weird. They taste different.
They do. I love that it's in isolation together, like the 2 separate things.
Oh, the first one that you gave me
Yeah,
was sweeter. So I'm thinking if it's sweeter, was that the cheap?
it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were slightly crunchier. They were sweeter slightly. But what I found with the steep ones is actually you can even see it. Like they're like, when we looked at it closer, it was like this like lighter and almost felt like it was like puffed and not, this feels like it's been like overly baked and like almost firmer.
Yeah.
Like these feel like they're like just airy and you can taste the vitamins in it and stuff. This is hard actually.
What, which one you prefer?
100%. If like that feels like you're eating vitamins, it feels healthy.
I prefer that because it was sweeter. But because I know that they're sweeter, I think I should prefer these ones because they're probably better for you.
Yeah, and 3 times the price as well, difference. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think if I absolutely have to, we buy budget cereal, don't we?
Yeah.
And now I really wish we didn't, but like, no, I'm gonna go steep. I'm gonna go steep. Sorry. What did you just say?
I said I feel bad now because I don't eat cereal, so I only ever buy the cheap cereal for you and the kids. And I feel bad.
And Mrs. B sits there with her porridge and her fruit and her honey. All right, would you rather a nice plastic tub of Nutella or a classic jar of Nutella? Well, I know the answer to that question almost immediately because I blooming love that stuff.
You do. I think this is going to be interesting if you can tell the difference.
I think it's going to be probably one of the easiest ones so far, actually. 2.2 times more.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think they smell exactly the same.
No. That smells sweeter. Look, there is a difference in colour, isn't there?
Yeah, this one's lighter.
Yeah. Honestly, I reckon there's loads of cocoa in this. That is more chocolate tasting, slightly grittier. That is 100% the cheap.
Yeah.
Yes!
You can really taste the difference.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuttier. I'll agree.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, it tastes like a rich, dark, gritty powder.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have Nutella. I love it. I've used it in a lot of videos, but what is it? Like 2.2 more times the price? I would do it. I would.
Yeah, that is not... Well, it isn't Nutella, is it? Because it's called whatever it is.
Nutella.
But that is more of a chocolatey based spread.
It is, yeah. If someone said to you, because it says literally chocolate hazelnut spread on there. Oh yeah, that's hazelnut. It's not. It tastes like a chocolate. Yeah, no nuts in there. Fine. That blooming gorgeous. That was like once you tasted the first one comparison, it was like it set the level. That's a massive difference.
Yeah.
But steep, you?
Steep.
All right. So would you rather have from Lidl a can of Freeway or the classic can of Coca-Cola? 2.5 times the price compared to that.
Wow.
And I think there are some ones coming up that are like, I think will be more obvious. Certainly not Coke. What about you?
No, I very rarely drink Coke.
So this might be, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell.
It looks the same colour. Cheap, steep.
I'm not sure. I don't really like Coca-Cola. I think the first one was the cheap.
Yes,
Ah,
it
okay.
was.
It had a weird, like, weak...
It was weak, but it felt like syrupy, like sugary.
And it was quite flat.
It was, yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, 100%. That is way more carbonated.
Yeah.
But, although we could have gone Coke Zero, this is only 59 calories per can.
That reminds me of Coke Zero, actually.
Oh, really?
Or like a Diet Coke.
I hope I didn't... No, that's definitely Coke. They did have other ones.
It's got more of a Diet Coke vibe.
Okay, so that might be why Coke Zero exists. This is 139 calories for that can. That's 59.
Oh, wow, so no wonder that tastes like a Diet Coke. Because it is.
But I don't mind. If I was to go, have some Coke, it's not much difference, you know.
No. They both leave that funny feeling on your teeth. I don't like it. I'm going steep. I liked the steep. I liked the fizziness.
2.4 times more the price. You would still do that?
You're paying for the sugar.
It's a free dentist in a can. All right, so would you rather some Thin Car budget milk chocolate or its main brand alternative, good old Cadbury's Dairy Milk? 1.8 times more.
Wow.
But you don't mess with dairy milk. I mean, even though they did. This is going to be, I think, the easiest one.
Yeah, dairy milk has a very significant taste. Cadbury's.
Cadbury's. Oh my gosh, this is not even a comparison. This is stupid. This is absolutely ridiculous. That's the cheap. 100% that's the cheap. It's so much, but that is actually quite tasty.
I still eat it.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you do.
I am.
Where's this one going to end up? Right. So this is interesting. I'm steep. I'm going for the expensive. What about you? You are?
Steep.
All right, last one, and it's in the freezer. Would you rather from Gelatelli, Fantastic Fish, or of course Ben & Jerry's Fish Food? Bloomin' love Ben & Jerry's, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Milk chocolate flavoured ice cream with marshmallow flavour sauce, caramel sauce, and chocolate flavour fish pieces. It's literally a clone of that. Ben & Jerry's Fake is £1.89 for 375 grams or 500 ml, but you'll notice the grams has got one of these E's on the end of it. The Ben & Jerry's £5.55.
£5.55.
That is outrageous. But that is 465 millilitres with an E on the end, or 399 grams with an E on the end. So the E is missing on the millilitres on the fake imposter. Well, it's just the brand version.
I'm very confused. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I Googled this, right? I'm getting to the age where I have to print off my Google searches.
Yeah.
The little E mark isn't part of the number, it's the estimated symbol. It shows the packer complies with EU/UK average fill laws.
Right.
On average, the amount stated, e.g. 465 ml with an E on the end, should be what you get on average.
Okay.
So a few can be higher and lower. It's an estimate. That's what the E stands for, right?
Okay.
So the E is a legal mark, not a unit of measurement.
Okay. They have to legally say it's an estimate because
Yeah.
someone could scoop it all out and weigh it and say, oh, it's 464 gram mils.
Exactly. To be like, like you said, oh. It's 460. But this is where it gets interesting. So the volume is the space that it takes up in millilitres, right?
Right.
Whereas grams is the actual physical weight or the mass when you put it on scales.
Well, I always thought 400 grams was the same as 400 mils.
Well, here it says, for water, it's basically the same. But for ice cream, full of air, overrun and fat mix, the millilitres and grams don't match. So even though the Lidl has a higher milliliter measurement,
Yeah.
it's saying the grams are lower, meaning this is potentially lighter or there's more air in it. So effectively, this tub is slightly higher,
Yeah.
3.1 times less than that. But that looks glorious, doesn't it?
Yeah. I reckon that's going to look the same.
Ooh.
Oh, no, it does not look the same.
It looks good though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have a look. So that's the cheap there, all right? And that is the Ben & Jerry's.
You could have made them both look a lot prettier with the ice cream scoop.
We're nearly done.
First was cheap.
It was.
Do you know how I can tell? There's no way they would put fishes the size they were in the
Fishes?
Yeah, the chocolate fish in that were massive.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, the taste of the chocolate was a lot more intense in this one. The flavour's more even. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the airy description we were talking about, the weight and stuff. Did that taste like more foamy to you? Or like more like...
That is rich, that one, chocolate. I prefer the cheap.
The density of that as well, yeah. You prefer the cheap?
I prefer the cheap.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Are you, what?
I'm not a fan of chocolate ice cream, am I?
But it's 3 times the price, yeah.
And that's really chocolatey, that ice cream, whereas that is more, you can really taste the caramel and the marshmallow.
You're right, there's not much caramel in it.
And look at the size of the fish. So I know you keep going on about the fish, but honestly, they were so thick, unless I had 2 joined together. Honestly.
It is a very rich chocolate, I'll give you that. All right, so we've actually just given them a wash, and oh my god, is that the Ben & Jerry's one?
Yeah.
It's actually got lines on the fish itself. It's got a smiley face.
And the fins, whereas the cheap, look how much thicker it is. But there's no detail.
Yeah, it looks more like a missile. All right, so overall, we both preferred the steep, I believe.
We did.
And like I said at the start, I guess this is really a decision that everyone naturally makes, or sometimes you might not be able to make that choice. And I think we tend to try and buy as much budget as we can, but the difference was massive, right?
It was. I couldn't believe it how, different some of them tasted.
But like, things like Nutella is genuinely a treat. You would only buy it if you need it or for something. We wouldn't generally actively get that. And I think that in isolation, you need Nutella, you pay for it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to breakfast cereal, like Cheerios, that was a big old difference.
Yes, it was a big difference.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Remember, we've done cheap versus steep recipes. So probably the next one we do will be one of these. If you want to see a follow-up, do let us know. Any feedback is always welcome. Any final thoughts?
I think I will keep buying the cheap stuff and then the steep stuff as a treat, or when it's on offer.
Cheers for watching, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boston has been here throughout all of this, hasn't he, mate? Just chilling out. And also I've got a random door just there that I need to put back on. Or maybe I won't.